Hi, my name is Jordan Nguyen, and this is my project giving Kendrick Lamar his flowers. So, for his early life, he grew up in Compton, California, where he grew up with his parents. His father was involved in gangs while his mother was a teacher. He attended high school, but did not pursue any higher education. And some of his early musical influences were Tupac, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg. So, as far as young adulthood, he actually transitioned in music like around high school, where he released some early mixtapes under the name K. Dot. And then he also had Dr. Dre as his mentor, which helped him to sign with TDE and later influence his music. So for his artistic works, I'll be talking about Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, and also Damn. So for Good Kid, Mad City, it talks about his storytelling of growing up in Compton. It's his first commercial breakthrough. It includes themes of racism and violence, where he mentioned realities of systemic racism and gang violence. And three key tracks from the album I chose were Mad City, Swimming Pools, and The Art of Peer Pressure. And To Pimp a Butterfly, it blends jazz, soul, and funk, and is also known for its lyricism. It included a lot of themes of racism and black identity, talking about racial injustice, battles with fame and music industry, and also using pimp as a metaphor in his lyrics. Some key tracks were All Right, The Blacker the Berry, and You. His last artistic work I chose was Damn, which is his fourth studio album, where it's also his Pulitzer Prize winning album, where it explores a lot of duality and spirituality, talking about themes of identity, fame, and faith, and redemption. He mentioned a lot of his struggle with becoming famous, his identity and fame. Also talked about sin and sacrifice. And the three key tracks from the album were DNA, Humble, and Loyalty. So for his contribution to our understanding of racism, Eurocentrism, self-determination, and liberation in the Black arts, he discusses a lot of racism and police brutality and how it's involved in hip hop and his music. And what if we can see that in his lyrics? And we hate Popo, want to kill us dead in the street for show from All Right, where it addresses the violence that Black communities face from the police. He also rejects Eurocentric ideals that have shaped perceptions of Blackness, and he celebrates his Black identity instead. We can see that in the lyric, I love myself, the world is a ghetto with flowers, baby, from I. And this lyric affirms his self-love and pride in his own identity. Also, he advocates for empowerment through self-determination and liberation, like the lyrics from Humble, Sit Down, Be Humble. This lyric may seem like an assertion of dominance, but actually it reflects Kendrick's self-determined stance to remind others and himself to stay grounded in humility. For how his life is reflected in his work, again, Good Kid, Mad City is used as an autoethnographic narrative where he talks about his personal experiences to reflect on larger societal issues. You can see that in the lyric, if Pirates and Crips all got along, they probably got me down by the end of the song from Mad City. Basically, the lyric talks about violence and racial tensions that he experienced in his neighborhood. And again, his early life growing up Compton is also reflected in his work in his album Good Kid, Mad City, portraying gang violence, racism, and systemic oppression. It also includes the internal conflict and redemption that he experienced in his work, especially the lyrics. It was always me versus the world until I found it's me versus me from Duckworth, where he talks about his internal battle he faces in his journey toward redemption. So, for how his art educates outsiders and insiders, his music educates outsiders about the Black experience through him talking about his personal experiences, like I mentioned in the last slide. He also empowers insiders with knowledge and affirmation, as his music can show relatable tensions between like gang culture, community struggles, and desire for a better life. He also expands on hip hop's role in social education, especially how it shapes societal views on race. And Kendrick's music is kind of an example of that by addressing police brutality and Black identity. Lastly, why am I recognizing him? It's because of his influence on culture and society. An example is be his song All Right, where it became an anthem for his resilience during the BLM movement. Also, his artistic brilliance and innovation. His albums that I mentioned have been critically acclaimed for their thematic depth, lyricism, and innovative sound, and also his cultural legacy and recognition. He has many accolades, including the Pulitzer Prize for Music, which showcase the profound impact he has had not only on the music industry, but also in broader cultural landscape. And yeah, that's my project. Thank you.